Hi, I'm ZeeZee. Thank you for joining me again. I would love to discuss something that I think is quite important to know, a few tips on how to handle, and more importantly, for everyone who has these questions, I would like to just say that this is a place where you can get your answers, this is a place you can get the truth, and this is a place that you can get the help that you're seeking. Have you told your spouse how you really want them to love you? Or are you still leaving them guessing, believing that since they claim to love you, they should be able to figure it out on their own? Do you feel like this unknowing is leading to an unfulfilled relationship? If this is your situation, I hope these tips will help you. Sadly, there are a lot of miserable couples out there. Couples with good intentions of being more loving, but somehow still miss the mark when it comes to expressing love to their spouses. After working with quite a few couples, I began to realize pretty quickly that one of the major problems they faced was communication. And to be specific, communicating to their spouses how they want to be loved. I found that the average couple finds it difficult to communicate how they would like to be loved by their partner. They don't know how they would want to be loved, or they just say very general statements when they try to discuss this. When they try to express it, they say to their loved ones, they say things like, "I just want to feel loved," or "I just want to feel cared for." The problem with those statements is, for the average spouse listening to this request, it doesn't help the situation. They still do not know what to do. These statements, they're too broad, and they could mean so many things. Of course, they know you're seeking something, but then leaving it that broad would make them think, "I have no idea what she's talking about." You have to narrow it down for your spouse. You have to be more specific. You have to give them options. You have to help them prioritize if you have lots of needs that you would like them to meet. Now, for everyone who's watched anything I've ever put out there or listened to me in my workshops, you probably know that I am a very big fan of the 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman, who classifies the 5 major ways people want to be loved as words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, quality time, and gifts. What each partner does is rank each of the 5 elements in order from the greatest to the least that best describes how they want their spouse to make them feel loved. This helps the couple to be more focused with their love deposits and focus more on the things that their spouse cherish the most. It works wonders. I can't tell you how much it works. So now that you've committed all these to memory, the 5 elements, don't tell your spouse the following though. Compliment me more. That's an attempt of words of affirmation. Do stuff for me. That's also an attempt at the acts of service. I want you to be more romantic. An attempt to say you need more physical touch. Or I want you to spend time with me. This is a way people try to say they need quality time. I'd like for you to buy me things more. People are asking for gifts but don't know how to say it more specifically. You have to be specific. What your spouse needs to hear is something like this: "I'm really working hard to stay fit. I'd appreciate it if you would tell me I'm losing weight and I'm looking good because of all this hard work that I'm putting in at the gym. It would really encourage me to keep trying." That's a better way to ask for words of affirmation. "It would really mean a lot to me if you could help me pick the baby up from daycare after work, just so I could have a few minutes to myself before everyone comes home." That is a very clear and specific way to ask for acts of service. It would really make me feel very sexy and closer to you if you talk dirty to me while we're having sex. Yeah, I said it. Again, a better way to ask for more physical touch. I want you to watch an Oprah show with me, and I want us to talk about it afterwards. Your wife or husband might just be asking for more quality time, and that's a good way. Why don't you just buy me a Tiffany gold or diamond ring? Okay, maybe that's taking it too far, but you get the point. That's a better way to ask for gifts. What your spouse needs to hear is exactly what you would need for them to do, because when they do these things, it reminds you that they love you. We get to look at quality time as an example now. A lot of spouses want their partners to spend more quality time with them, but they just don't know how to ask for it. The answer to this problem really lies with the partner's ability to guide them on specifics. Do you want undivided attention? If your spouse misunderstands your plea for quality time, what they might do is plan a group outing with your friends to your favorite restaurant. See, they're trying. But the problem here is, in spite of their good intentions, you're not going to get the undivided attention your heart craves. So you should ask for that specifically. As you think through how to engage your spouse on these things that are most important to the future and health of your marriage, you need to help your partner prioritize. They are unlikely to be able to do all 5 for you right now, but if they nail the most important ones to you and you see some sort of effort on the others, then that's okay. And if they are unable to nail the most important one, but they're improving dramatically on some of the rest of the elements, then that's okay as well. You have to give them room. They have to know you're working with them. A side note though, specifically to the women, most men are problem solvers. Notice that when you just want them to listen to you, the first thing they try to do is offer a solution, instead of just listening and letting you keep going so they hear what you're trying to tell them. Guess what? You can actually use this to your advantage, because when you're crying out for love, you don't just want to be heard, right? You actually want action. So guide them to the specific actions that will get you the desired results that you crave. In summary, the less guesswork our partners have to do in our marriages, the better for everyone. So help your spouse discover how you really want to be loved. Do you have more questions about the love languages? I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. questions@ZeeZeeIO.com would be the email address, or you can leave me a comment on ZeeZeeIO.com and sign up to receive free tips to make your relationship last. You can also go to my YouTube channel and subscribe there just to get my weekly vlogs on how to have a better relationship with your partner. Here's to knowing how to communicate your needs to be loved to your spouse clearly and concisely. I am constantly rooting for you. Have a wonderful day.